few of you may recognise the name Andy Walsh from the chat, from the comments section on the videos. It's all right, Andy. I'm not going to stitch you up. By the way, Andy is a regular viewer of Hammer's Chat. He's a patron, all-round nice guy. And today he sent me a picture on WhatsApp. And sorry, it actually sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? It's not one of those pictures. That was yesterday. Today he sent me a picture on WhatsApp relating to West Ham. And it was a screenshot of our last 19 games. I'll tell you what, I'll just try and pop it up there really quickly. Create a bit of space, move over this side, create a bit of space over there. I can only assume it's our last 19 games and not 20, because possibly 20 games ago we lost a game. But what it shows is one loss in 19 games. People are going to, not everybody, obviously there'll be a lot of people who understand this to be form. There'll be a lot of people who recognise it, but there'll be some that rubbish it and say there's some pre-season friendlies. Look, it's a mixed bag. There's some of last season's games in there. There's some pre-season friendlies. There's some League Cup. There's some Europa League. There's some, mostly Premier League. But it does show form. I was saying this for quite some time, by the way, that the form we've had is since lockdown. It's since Project Restart. When David Moyes took a little sabbatical, well, we all did, didn't we? Started handing out vegetables for charity in and around Canary Wharf. Came back. You felt from the things he was saying that he was preparing West Ham to go. West Ham, as far as he was concerned, would be the most ready team when football got started again. And we haven't stopped since then. That's the truth of the matter. Our form since then has been exceptional. We're not just a fluky team that for some reason finished near the top last season. We've been near the top now for about 20 months. That has been our form. That's a lot of form. Just read through these very, very quickly here, but you get the idea. Starts last season. 1-1 draw with Brighton. We beat West Brom. We beat Southampton. Friendlies against Dundee, Northampton, Leyton Orient, Reading, Celtic, Brentford, Atalanta. Then we start the season with a thumping win against Newcastle, beat put 4 past Newcastle, 4 past Leicester, draw with Crystal Palace, which you remember, draw with Southampton, beat Zagreb in full control, then we lose to Man U. And then we beat Man U in the next game, and then we beat Leeds, and of course we beat Rapid Vienna yesterday. I'll move back over now. It's amazing. I do think it's absolutely amazing what we're doing here. I mean, you can't put too much emphasis on it, really. That's one loss in 19, and I can explain that away. We can all explain that away. They're very, very lucky, Man United, to have got away with a win in that game. It has to be said. And it comes down to the last kick of a game, and in hindsight, what might not have been a great decision in bringing someone straight off the bench to take a penalty. Those are the small margins. We are a team massively in form, and if you look at what everybody else is doing in Europe, only the same evening, yesterday evening, just the game before ours, Leicester lost. And a good team, Leicester. Not only are they a good team, they possibly have a squad more prepared for European football than we were. To have Jamie Vardy in the league and then get rid of him and bring Patson Daka on for European football, who's got loads of European pedigree, of course. To have somebody like Samir coming in midfield, who's a really good midfielder. And players like Perez, who they've spent £30 million on, possibly can't get into their first team all the time. They're a good team. We know Brendan Rodgers is a good manager. They're a really well-structured club, yet still they can lose. Look at Man United. Man United lost in Europe. I don't want to go over the Man City game against PSG again. But my point is, I'm not saying any of these teams are crap, far from it. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy to win your first 2 games in Europe. And the biggest thing I can say about West Ham in this European campaign already is that we look like the experienced team. We look like European campaigners. If you were... It's going to be the aliens again, I'm afraid. So if you were aliens and you'd come down in a flying saucer and you were at the London Stadium last night, you probably would have thought, my goodness, look at that, it's a massive flying saucer. It's even bigger than ours. Bit of flying saucer jealousy when you look at the stadium. But if you could look beyond that and you're an alien chatting to your alien mate, and one of them says, which because this is how aliens speak, you understand. Which out of these two teams is the team with a European experience? I think alien number 2 would say to alien number 1, that team there in the claret and blue. They look like the ones with the European experience. The inexperienced team look like the other ones with the angry fans over there. That would probably be what was said. Probably not. It would probably never happen. There probably are no aliens, and if they did, what are the chances of travelling all the way across the galaxy just to watch a football match? They probably wouldn't do it. Anyway, we digress, of course, as we often do. My point is, we look slick, we look organised, and we look experienced, and that's amazing. David Moyes isn't the most experienced European manager, and I look at his coaching staff as well, and it appears he's not really, is he? Kevin Nolan's not. Paul Nevin, not really. All right, he's done his England work and that, but not massively. But I think what they're doing is they're trusting in their method, they're trusting in what they do. And David Moyes, I mean, they said the stat in the commentary last night that he got Man United to quarter-final of the Champions League. I think he qualified for Europe a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, maybe more. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice with Everton, but I don't ever remember him doing fantastically well with Everton in Europe. And then, of course, where did he go to? Sociedad, I believe. Real Sociedad. Okay, so he's had some experience overseas. He's not a complete novice. He understands a little bit about it. But you wouldn't say he was a successful European manager. It don't look that way. You look at the team now, and that looks like a well-polished and well-run, finely tuned European team. Absolutely amazed with what I saw there. And I said in the review last night, or it might have been the player ratings video, not sure. But I said afterwards that I thought the result would look better today. And the reason I said that is I didn't think it was a particularly swashbuckling match, by the way. And that's okay. I think a lot of the times in these games, you've got to do just enough. I think you've got to do... And when I say just enough, I mean... Excuse me, I had to have a drink of water. I started losing my voice then. I was so excitable last night. Clearly it's had an impact today. When I talk about expenditure of energy, I just mean, not that we didn't try, but if you are going to run these dual campaigns or triple campaigns in as much as League, Cup and Europe, then you better start conserving energy. You need to be efficient with the way you play, and I thought we were. I think that's 2 European games now, and I have to say we don't seem to play in Europe in the same way that we play in the Premier League, and that's amazing, right? That's really weird. I remember when Sam Allardyce came in, and the only reason I make this observation is Sam Allardyce said, what I want to do at West Ham is I want to get West Ham 2 different styles to play, one away from home and one at home. And then if we get on and we can get them promoted and qualify for Europe, which is what he said, then I want a 3rd style of play. Of course, it was all a load of rubbish anyway, but I understand the concept, I understand the ambition, and I sort of look at West Ham now. I think, are we doing that? Have we got this other way that we're going to play in Europe? And the way to do it, definitely the way to do it, is to rack these points up really early. So as if you can get there now, 9 points will probably get you through in the group, right? But you don't want to get through in the group for the reasons we said before. Because if you finish top of the group, you go into the last 16 rather than the last 32. Now, what that does, it lessens the game. You have to play 1 less round of games in either January or February, something like that. That, of course, is good. But what it also enables you to do, if somehow you can get 12 points on the board in your first 4 games, that just means you can take the foot off the gas in the last 2 games. You don't have to play anybody that's going to be playing in the league fixtures. It means you can just really, really go for the league and conserve your energy for the point at the Premier League, which is Christmas time, when fixtures are, well, it's just a fixture list is absolutely crazy at that sort of time, isn't it? So I'm absolutely amazed at what I saw, and this is just talking about management of the players, management of the schedule, management of the fixtures. I actually, funny enough, intended on doing this video to talk about Mikel Antonio and to talk about Declan Rice and to talk about a number of different things, actually. But look, you know what, we've done 10 minutes already. So that's another video. But highly impressive, and there is no doubt now. There is no doubt. Somebody mentioned it the other day. They'd been watching telly, and somebody on telly had said, I think we need to stop being surprised at West Ham. And I can't remember who shared the comment with me. I can't even remember who they said. It might have been on BT, might have been Gary Neville, could have been anyone. Don't know. But I make them right. I do think you probably have to stop being surprised at West Ham. The people that is hardest for are us West Ham fans, because we've had years of it. We've had years of us being... it's not just yo-yo club in terms of going up and down the divisions. It's actually yo-yoing in terms of our fixtures, how we can be great one week and crap the next, and very rarely anything in between. It has to be said, but we just have got this flat line going now of form. We're not going. It's just not a roller coaster, is it? It's really not. It's a. What's this? I was going to ask again. What's the opposite of a roller coaster? I guess it's a train, because a train just does that. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're doing that. Now, don't get me... Actually, you know what? Here we go. We've stumbled across an analogy here. Don't get me wrong. A roller coaster can often be most fun. And more fun than a train. But the train gets you to your destination.